It's always interesting because I think if you're a PK, which is a preacher's kid, and my father actually passed away in 2008. And as I mentioned, my mother was a good teacher and then she became a principal and she's a retired principal. And just, I won't even say I felt like I was in a strict environment. I just felt like I was always in an environment where integrity was core and that I had to be accountable to my family and to my community. And I always knew that someone was going to tell my mother that they saw me doing something. And I remember as a kid, I had gone that my neighbor down the street. And I don't know. I don't think we weren't even in junior high school. We were still in elementary school when pretty much you could ride your bike to the store and do all the things and be gone all day and nobody was worried about you. But my parents always told me that if I was with anyone and they did something wrong, that I would be just as guilty as the person who did something wrong. And that just stuck with me like probably like a fungus or something. So my neighbor friend and we're down the street, we ride our bikes to the store. And this was before everyone had the same store. So this store happened to be called the Lewis store, and it was actually a grocery store. And there was a little liquor store next to it. And we went in there to get the penny candy, the Jolly Ranchers, the Tootsie Rolls, and all of that. And, I buy my little whatever, my 20 cents, I get my little 10 things. I'm happy. And we're riding our bikes, and we get to a corner. And then she says, "Guess what I did?" And I'm like, "Well, what did you do?" And she shows me that she had stolen this extra stuff from the store. And I'm like, oh my, I parroted exactly what my parents said, which is I said, my parents told me if I was ever with anybody and they stole something, that I was just as guilty. Go put it back. I don't care how you put it back. And I'm leaving. And I literally left her and she started riding back to the store. I don't know how, but she put it back. It's like, I'm like riding my bike, like I'm not going to be with a criminal. And she catches up with me and I'm like, "You put it back?" And she's like, "Yes, I put it back." And I said, "Don't ever do that again. Like we can't be friends." And it just, for me, it was about like, this wasn't mine. We didn't earn it. It's like, I'm not going to be with someone who takes something from someone else. And that's kind of how I lived my life, just in terms of, really what are the right things to do, how to be a principled person, how to really have care and empathy for others. And those things are really important to me. And trust is really important. So the fact that if you're someone who I consider to be in my circle, my ability to trust you is important. And I think she learned a pretty valuable lesson that day.